Out of everything going on this chapter, I'm legitimately more upset than the fact we're getting back to the Demon King, who I don't really take as a final boss seriously. But I'm much more upset that we didn't get Gelda throughout the series, because she's already like a pretty interesting character. I like that like she's not powerful in comparison to like all the characters going on, but she's clearly smarter than a lot of them, which I like. I like the whole point of like her sneaking up on the Demon King, getting herself into the mine so she can go help Zeldaris. And Zeldaris just like, hey, this chick's a gnat to me. She's just like, that's exactly why I knew you would think like that, so I could get in close and get what my plan. And then like the second then she gets in there, you have all the different Zeldaris fakes. She immediately like looks around, sees the right one, and then arrives to confront him. And when he's like concerned over the fact that like how did you figure out this I was the right one, and she just like kind of annoyed that he doubts her at all. I mean, it's like I like that she has this very quick flipped over personality, because clearly like when it comes to Zelda, she's like at first has like this very loving and like flirtatious like sense to her. But the second he does something that she doesn't like, she just has this cold, dead stare. And Zelda, it's like in their scenario, like obviously he's like, but I think her power level is like probably like 100th of his, and yeah, that doesn't really matter because Frank isn't gonna be a factor between the two of them. He's not gonna try and fight her at his day, and she's just like making him sweat bullets because now he's thinks he's in trouble. And I like the dynamic. I enjoy a lot of the character dynamics between Seven Deadly Sins more than I enjoy what's going on with the story, because of like Meliodas in a fight, I'm not a huge fan of, but I like his interactions with Elizabeth. I like his interactions with Zeldaris, and I like Zeldaris' interactions, vice versa. And I actually like Zeldaris and Gelda a lot more than I think any of the other pairings of Deadly Sins. I mean, there aren't a ton of great ones, but I legitimately think already that theirs is the most interesting. I like seeing, the Executioner Demon, Prince of the Netherworld and Purgatory, as he's getting pretty much verbally defeated by this vampire who's like nothing even to like the lowest levels. But at the same time, that's not that's not where her level of influence. The fact that that's his girl, I enjoyed that. I like that kind of like dynamic between the two of them. But then right, she's able to at that point get kind of like control the situation. She's intelligent. I like to show her just like, all right, I'm here. I figured things out. Let's get things going. We got stuff to do. And then the Demon King is like, oh, I'm gonna send all of my shitty clones in of Zelda's to go attack. And I was like, dude, why did you think that was gonna be? Like, you could at least like combine them all into one and then sent them in. Because right, like obviously they're threats to Gelda because she's not very powerful in comparison to these other characters. But Meliodas just goes in, buffs up himself, puts on his demon mark, and just casually like slashes through all of them, completely just pulls them into nothing. And then we get like a nice moment when Gelda and Zelda's re-embrace. That was nice and lovely. But then Meliodas leaves. So I'm kind of confused on that, because when they fought the Demon King before, they beat him because like obviously they're able to fight him both a physical and spiritual level, but it was kind of like split up, and now they're just gonna like have the gang against him physically, and just Zeldaris and Gelda against the Demon King, like all by himself. I don't know. I feel like that is a kind of a bit of a stretch of belief for wanting Zeldaris to accomplish that. I mean, he's strong, but wanting the Demon King, is he also gonna have some special move like trump card pull out of his sleeve that he's had this whole time, but didn't really want to do it, kind of like Meliodas did like 8 times throughout the series? But no, I'm guessing it's going to be much more on the physical plane, and we're only going to see like glimpses into this spiritual battle between Zeldaris and his dad. I actually would really like to see more of Zeldaris. Like there was a lot of potential for his character, and though he's getting fleshed out now, I think he should have got it a lot earlier. As the level that we got from with Estarossa was really good. Like I was so happy with him becoming like a big villain. That was unfortunately torn away. It would have been cooler if it started to steer towards that, and then Zelda's is the which he should have gotten switched over way earlier because I think he has a really interesting kind of story as well. Because the difference between him and Meliodas is it's not like, oh, these, my lover is from the opposing military, or not military, I guess really faction. With Elders, it's more of like I was ordered to execute all of them, and he fell in love with one. Was torn between his job and like his duty to his father and the other demons, and his own feelings. And with Meliodas obviously like had some conflicting points too, but he just jumped ship and he's like, "Well, fuck you, Dad. I'm going with my girl." Zelda is like that struggle. I thought was kind of cool, but obviously, it was good that he picked Gelda in the end. And Gelda though already is more interesting than Elizabeth. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Elizabeth, it took her 300 chapters into the series, and the final battle will be like, "Hey, guess what? I actually know how to fight. I'm pretty strong." Gelda's just like, "I'm not very strong, but I'm smarter than seemingly everybody else around me, other than Merlin bullshitting whatever she." So, Shadow the Hedgehog, aka Zeldris, now off Edgelord Vicious Sad Boy mode and is going into cool action mode. I want to see him drop Ominous Nebula. Probably won't really do much because I'm really not too sure what he's really gonna have to fight against his dad instead of his. I don't really know because if he still got what was his power? Was it the ruler? Like I don't really know what Zeldris is really gonna do to counteract that. I mean, you would need some form of power to shut off his power. Oh, I guess maybe he still has the commandment that his dad gave. Was it God or something? And that let him turn off other people's powers. Maybe that would make sense, but it would be kind of like I guess like the Demon King doesn't have like maybe like full control over him because it's part of his body. I mean, I probably argue that, or maybe like Zeldris like integrated it more into his body and took control of the power over the. I don't know. We'll see. I'm much more intrigued over like the character synergy now and the interactions because the Demon King has been such a letdown of a villain. I mean, he's not even like I know people have like compared someone like Yacht from Bleach. I mean, he was super powerful. He got like a cool moments, and then they Deus Ex Machina him at the very end. Acnologia was built up, and the series was getting rushed. The series isn't getting rushed with Seven Deadly Sins right now. That's one of the I think the worst things. It's not like with Acnologia, it felt like the series like picked up really like heavy pace and it was rushing on purpose. No, I still have my own theories about that. But the Demon King, since he showed up over a long period of time, the last like 30 chapters, has just every single panel, he's just getting the shit kicked out of him. And he hasn't been impressive since Bond, Wild, and Meliodas fought him back in Purgatory. So I feel really bad for the guy. Other than that, comment below. Tell me what you thought about this chapter. I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying the character interactions. I liked Meliodas' like moments like wanting to save his brother, and I really like Zelda's and Gelda's chemistry. So, other than that, no. I mean, hoping that the series ends on a high, and I think that it has enough popularity, still enough potential. It could do a spin-off or a sequel or a continuation just somewhere else in the world. I don't know if you guys heard that nice Facebook ping. But anyway, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would thumbs up the video, press the like button, subscribe button, comment below. Yeah, appreciate everyone who's already subscribed. Thank you all for listening. Bye.